We're going to do group quiz number 11 first part, and the question looks like this. We have a 5 kilogram object. The spring is compressed by this object. The spring constant is 10 Newton per meters, and it is compressed 2 meters. And then we are followed by a surface which has friction. Friction constant is given, and then it is followed by a hill. At the top of the hill, it has some velocity and potential energy. So we're going to find the velocity at the top of the hill. That's the question. So if we look at this question in the first part, we have only spring potential energy, which is 1/2 kx squared. And we have everything we need to find the energy at the beginning. And we're going to get the work done by the friction force. The work done by the friction force, because force of friction is always opposing the motion, it's going to be negative times the distance that friction force is applied. And then at the top of the hill, the object still has some velocity, so it has kinetic energy, but it also has potential energy because of the height. So if you start off with this energy, spring potential energy, and then you subtract the work done by friction force, you can get the energy at the top of the hill. So I would like to find out the friction force on a separate place, friction constant times Fn, and our friction constant is 0.2, the mass is 5, and gravity is 9.8, and that would give you 9.8 Newton friction force. Now I'm ready to plug in everything that I know. I'm going to start off with K, which is spring constant 10, and then I'm going to multiply by the distance it is compressed, which is 2 meters square. And then I'm going to add on friction force that I find here, which is minus 9.8, and the distance applied is 1.5 meters. Okay, and then the kinetic energy will be 5 times velocity that I do not know, and then potential energy 9.8 gravity, and the height is 0.07. So this is the equation we're going to solve for V. We have everything but velocity. So when you do the work, you will find that this will give you 20, and then the work done by the friction force is 14.7, and then I'm just going to simplify the velocity part, 2.5 v squared, plus the potential energy would be 2.4. When you solve this equation, it becomes 5.3 minus 3.4 is equal to 2.5 v squared, and then 1.87 is equal to 2.5 v squared. You divide both sides by 2.5, and you get v squared as 0.74, and then v 0.86 meters per second.